Hey guys, this is Sarah and today I'm doing my March wrap-up. This month I've read a total of 11 books, sort of. 9 of them I've read and finished, and the last 3 of them I am halfway through or currently reading, and I was supposed to finish them yesterday and the day before, but the day before I came back from a trip and I was sick, so I spent the rest of the day literally in bed. And yesterday we were continuing my mom's birthday celebration, and so we spent all day out and about, and when we came home it was like 11. So I was tired, still a little bit sick, and I wanted to go to sleep. So those 3 books that I will mention at the end will be finishing today. Even though it's April, I'm going to put them in my March shelf because I started them in March and it counts. Okay? So yeah. This month was unfortunately also the month of 4 stars. Pretty much every book that I read was 4 stars. All of them were enjoyable, all of them were good, but no one really pushed through and got that 5 stars. I don't know why. I don't know if it's the subject matter, fairies, I don't know if it's like the specific kinds of books, I don't even know what it was, but pretty much the grand majority are all 4 stars. So let's get started. The first book that I read was The Iron King by Julie Kagawa. This was my TBR pick for the month, and I enjoyed it. It was good. I liked the characters specifically in this one. A lot of cool, like, quirky and funny and sort of peculiar characters are in this series, and we meet them in this book, and I really enjoyed a lot of them. There were some things that I did not like, which all of the books that I read this month will be completely and totally reviewed in my Goodreads page, so if you guys want to go follow me on that, the link is in the description box, but I'll go into detail about that either way. But I wasn't going to continue this series. I had another trilogy that I wanted to actually read this month that I put on my TBR, and I really enjoyed this one, and I was more intrigued by it than the other one, so I took that off my list and I started and continued this series. Then I read Wings by April Lynn Pike, and I liked the fairy changes in this one. Like, when you read these books, at least the ones I read, pretty much the mythology is very similar, but what I liked about this one is that it gave a twist that was very interesting to fairies. It still had a lot of the same things, the seasons, the background characters. A huge thing that was very common was the Shakespeare's Midsummer Night's Dream. That was a big plot point that they all pretty much shared at some point, and it was really interesting. But this one gave a little bit of a twist to fairies, and I really enjoyed it, in which the reason that I actually gave this 4 stars because a lot of the things it was really slow at times, really boring at some points, and it was very sort of mundane. Then I read Wicked Lovely by Melissa Marr. This is a reread for me. I own this book, and I feel like I didn't like it as much the second time. I feel like before I was absolutely in love with it, and now that I've read it, I found some things that I did not agree with this time around. But the one thing that I really love about this book and series is Melissa Marr's writing. Her writing feels so deliberate and on purpose. Like, every single thing, every single word was carefully selected and put there on purpose. And it really gives you this whole ambiance of like, oh crap. Which it's hard to explain because the whole time you get a bunch of different POVs, you get a bunch of different plot points, a bunch of different things are happening at once, but everybody's so put together and so purposeful that you have so much tension and stress reading it, like something's going to happen, because this can't be so straight and narrow without it having some sort of twist. And I really, really enjoyed that the most out of this book. Then I keep going with the Iron King series with Winter Passage, which is a novella by Julie Kagawa, and I gave it 3 stars. I liked it. It was just average. I mean, it's a novella, but the favorite part of it was getting to know more about the main character's relationship. In the first book, I didn't really understand the romance going on. I didn't really connect with it, and in this one, I kind of understood it better, like I got more connected to it. Then I read Spells by April Pike, the second book in the Wings series, and this one honestly was probably the hardest to get through. It was so boring at times, so very boring, and the one thing that I really appreciate about the books is that they save themselves in the last few chapters. I could be yawning, I could be totally bored, and pushing myself to get through them. And then those last few chapters, probably 5, 6, 7 chapters, something like that, everything blows wide open. And it's like, oh shoot, what is happening? And then it just pushes it 1 more star. When what usually would have been 3 stars, those last few chapters just kick it into high gear, and it makes me interested in the characters and in the plot and in the actual series, and I invest myself in it, and just has to be 4 stars. Then I read Ink Exchange by Melissa Marr, the second book in the Wicked Lovely series, and I definitely enjoyed this one a lot more. Again, the writing, exquisite. It's very interesting and eye-catching, but what I loved about this is, 1, it's twice as dark as the first one. Sort of this series has sort of like dark undertones. This one, they brought higher to the surface. Not only from who we're reading about, but in general, the things that were happening were very, like, intense. And really like that. And second, it didn't have a conventional happy ending. Then I read The Iron Daughter by Julie Kagawa, second book in the Iron Fae series, and this one was good. I liked a lot of the action parts and the plot points, but the main character was really annoying in this one. She got on my nerves for 50% of the book until she like clicked in her head, like, I have bigger things to worry about, let's get on with things. But the first part, man, I was just like, girl, shut up, just get over it, oh my gosh. Then I read Illusions by April Pike, third book in the Wings series, and I definitely enjoyed this one a lot more. I had some issues with one of the romantic love interests. He is annoying and really rude, and he oversteps boundaries that I feel are not okay to overstep. But I'm sure that the people who have read this series probably love him, so I'm not going to name him. If you've read this series, you probably know who I'm talking about, but that was the only issue for me. Everything else, there was more action, which I enjoyed. There was more intrigue, which I enjoyed. There was more mystery, which I enjoyed. And at the end, we get this huge revelation that just makes you want to go like, oh my god. And it was good. And the last book I finished this month was Fragile Eternity by Melissa Marr. I enjoyed it, but the whole time I was like, oh crap, oh crap, oh crap, oh crap. Like waiting for something big to happen, and it didn't. Melissa Marr's writing is kind of like that. I've explained it before. It's so deliberate and purposeful that you think at any moment some crazy stuff is going to happen, and it's going to take you out of left field, and you won't know it, but she sneaks it in so easy and so fast that you're going to just be left like, but it didn't happen in this book. And I was like slightly let down because there's a lot of things going on. You're setting up the spot for something really big to happen, and then moving it to the next book, which I was like, okay, fine, I get it, whatever. But still, I wanted like that initial spark to happen in this one because we were setting up for it the whole way through, and I'm guessing it'll be in the next one, which I will probably read next month because yeah, I can't not do it. Then the last books that I am hoping to finish this month, The Iron Queen, which is the third book in the Iron Face series. I am like 70% through, and I'm hoping to finish it today. Then after that, I want to read the novella, because obviously it's a novella and it's short, and I want to just get it out of the way and put it in March. And obviously the fourth book in the Wings series by April Lynn Pike, Destined. I started it, I'm a quarter through, but I fly really fast in that book. Hopefully those two I will get to finish today, and they will be a part of my March wrap-up, and so everything will be nice and tight and pretty and away. Thank you guys so much for watching this video. Let me know your thoughts on the books that I read. Let me know what you think of my 4-star month. I mean, I'm satisfied with it because 4-star books are not bad books. They're good, they're enjoyable, but it's a little bit of a letdown because every day you want to read something that blows you away, that's amazing, that just makes you full of happiness and emotions or whatever. And I didn't get that this month, which was really kind of disappointing. So let me know if you read any of these books. Let me know your thoughts on the series in general, characters, anything like that if you read any of them. Make sure you check out my reviews that I will be posting this week, writing in my Goodreads account. Thank you guys so much for watching, and I'll see you next time. Bye!